Good evening, Path to Warren podcast. This is Matt Warren, episode 341. Today's been a full day. Drove back from Atlanta today. Many of you saw on the video yesterday. I had a long podcast. It was about 20 minutes or so, sharing about making office visits and the best way to do that. I heard something on a podcast called Marketing in Your Car by Brunson. He's the guy that started the ClickFunnels, and he said, if you're not, if by noon you haven't upset somebody, then you're not marketing hard enough. If by noon you haven't upset somebody, you're not marketing hard enough. I thought that was great. He was sharing how sometimes we get feedback. Sometimes we get people that say bad things in the comments, and people that tell us we're marketing too much or too hard. Or every time I look in the feed, I see something in there on LinkedIn, from your company. You might be marketing too much. You don't want to saturate. It's comments like those that we need to remember. For every one that we upset, there's hundreds that are watching and taking note and reading and learning about our company and learning about what we're trying to teach them. So that's the lesson of the day. It's, if you have not upset somebody by lunchtime, you're not marketing hard enough. It's a challenge to me. Right now, I've been working to post on our company's LinkedIn and Facebook page every other day. That's hard when I travel because that's not the top priority, but normally on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I normally have a good post, or sometimes it gets delayed and one of those posts goes over to Saturday. It could be more, but there's also this lack of content, and I'm not blaming it. I could definitely post more, but it has to go through a filter process through my boss, and he has to approve it, which sometimes can slow things down and just not let me put random stuff out there. So, and I'm grateful for that process, because I don't want to put out things that are wrong or put out things that get somebody thrown off of the witness stand or impeached, as they call it. But if I had a different business, and one day when I have my own Path to Warren products to sell, and I'm able to push those items personally, I see it where I've got to just constantly be putting people into the email database. I've got to be hitting send on the email. I've got to be posting all the time to help sell whatever those online products are, and help other people. So that happened today. On the way back from Atlanta, most of the day, I have been watching these YouTube videos from m0a.com. m0a.com is where I do my online ground school for flight training. So he put out an email for 31 days with the 31-day 2022 challenge, and it was a safer pilot challenge, where every day for 31 days he put out a new video to try to help people, and each day it was about a different topic and a different subject. So that was pretty cool, and I watched 15 of those videos. It took pretty much 3 hours driving back from Atlanta. Pretty much the whole time I was watching those videos and trying to soak it in. Each video is on a different topic about flying, and I will say I was a little pushed because at the luncheon that I went to this morning at 11:30, there was a roofer there, and this guy's an expert in roofing. He's been doing it like 30 years, but he's got his private pilot's license, and he likes to fly down to Atlanta and tie it in with a couple other claims, looking at roofs, and then come on down to the meeting in Alpharetta. And he said, and he knows I've been trying to get my private pilot's license, and he said, "How's it coming? You flying yet? You flying down here yet?" And I said, "No, I'm still reading a lot of literature, watching a lot of videos." And he said, and I did say, "I've been thinking that I really need to get me a mentor." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "If you haven't been in a plane yet, you need to get in a plane." And he says, because what that does is that starts to tie in everything that you've been learning, all of the videos and all of the books you've been reading, the handbooks. When you get into the plane, it really starts to tie all that in together. So I'm sharing about this because I'm going to challenge myself to, let's see, it's almost the 15th of the month. By this time next Thursday, so today's Thursday, by this time next Thursday, I will have a coach, a mentor, and I will have a discovery flight scheduled. A discovery flight is where you go up in the plane and try it out. So I'm going to try that, and I'm challenging myself. Hope everyone has a wonderful night. Hope everybody remembers that if you haven't upset somebody in marketing by lunchtime, you're not marketing hard enough. And if you're like me and you've still been reading and watching videos and learning, and that's the thing, like I'm not even finished with this book that I got to finish reading, but if you're still reading and learning, you might just need to get on up in the plane. So that's my video for the night. That's my lesson that I learned. Just take action. It's not that reading is not taking action. That's not the point. But I think he's right. The reading and all that I'll be able to comprehend so much better once I actually tie it into getting in a plane and having a mentor and a coach. So I'm going to call around to local airports. He's recommended before that I might have to go to like a smaller airport like Camden or Fairfield or Blythewood, somewhere like that. And it could be an option of going up there to find the right coach. So it's worked for me in recovery. I have a sponsor. He's somebody that I can call with a question and is there for me. So I think it'll work in aviation too. So hope you have a great night. And remember, as Mama always says, make your contribution. Have a great night. Thanks.